In this episode, we're going to talk about TrustSwap and get an update on the airdrop with SLINK. We'll also talk about the Pi project. We'll talk about Unitrade. We'll talk about BitGear, and we'll talk about chain games. So we got a lot going on. So we're going to try to cover all that. An update on TrustSwap. TrustSwap did their airdrop of SLINK tokens. I was able to participate in that. For this one, you had to have a minimum of 10,000 swap tokens. For the next release, which is chain games, which we're going to talk about in this video, I believe it's only 1,000 tokens. So if you can get 1,000 tokens, you'll get some of the chain games tokens that go through the TrustSwap Trust Launch platform. Boy, that's a mouthful. So I ended up getting 4.8. So I had 10,000 tokens. I had 10,000 swaps. I ended up getting 4.8 SLINK tokens, which were worth roughly $17 at the time. So it was, almost $100. But then I was able to take those and put them into the SLINK. What SLINK? And if you don't know, SLINK is tied to Chainlink. It's actually a token that tracks Chainlink and tries to keep parity with 0.1 Chainlink. And so you'll have to go read about it. But I was able to take my 4.8 SLINK tokens, wrap them into a liquidity pool on Uniswap, and then add them to what is called the SLINK geyser. At that time, it was paying 1,000% interest. So at the end of the month, I'm almost doubling my SLINK tokens. So
free tokens, 4.8, free tokens.
I'll wrap them up, I'll stake them on this SLINK geyser, and in a month to 3 months, if I keep them for 3 months, I get 3 times the rewards. I'm going to have triple the tokens, and they're worth a pretty amount. So, man, that's a fantastic thing with TrustSwap, and it was a great experience. I didn't have to do anything special. The tokens just came right into my wallet, and I was using MetaMask. TrustSwap's cool. That Trust Launch thing is cool. I realized I don't have to go looking for good crypto projects to invest in. I'm going to be one of the first people to know about the new projects that come through Smart Launch. And if you don't remember from last week, any project that goes through TrustSwap's Smart Launch shares 2% of their total token supply with stakers of TrustSwap. And projects are going to want to do that because they can come here, they can come to TrustSwap. TrustSwap will wrap their tokens up, put it out into the ecosystem, and then they can time-based or event-based tokens, airdrops, founder coin, so that it's not all dumped on the market at once. So that's really cool. So that's pretty exciting too. So there's a whole lot more to TrustSwap than just the Trust Launch. Subscription payments. With most subscription plans, you got to run around and give everybody your credit card or your PayPal or whatever. So, credit cards, in this respect, crypto is so much better than credit cards because in crypto, you're holding your key. And you're only sending money to somebody else's address, and they're only sending money to your address. You're never giving anybody your key to your money, to your wallet. With a credit card, you're giving that thing to everybody, right? The key is printed on the card, right? It's right on the card. If people steal your card, they got your whole account. You run around and you give this to everybody on the internet, right? So my point is that subscription payments through something like TrustSwap and using crypto, this is much safer than using credit cards, in my opinion, and it's much more convenient because, you can just set up your subscription in a few seconds through TrustSwap. If you want to pay in crypto, you don't have to worry about exchange rates, right? Today, if you want to try to pay for something every month in crypto, you got to worry about the exchange rate. You got to factor that in, then you got to make your payment, and you have to do all that manually. And it takes time. You'll be able to just set this up on TrustSwap. So I'm pretty excited about that. I don't think there's something like that exists, but this even gets into other things like if you want to pay, if you want to give people in your household allowances or birthday gifts every year, you can set this up as well. Or, gifts for the holidays, you can set this up. Again, read the white paper, look into this and see if this is right for you. I'm not an investment advisor or anything like that. I'm just a guy who's into crypto and he's got a computer. So I'm just, take this as education, not advice. Look into this white paper. Look more into TrustSwap. This is going to be a fantastic program. In fact, I like this so much. But here's one of my first memes I've ever created. I don't always get the winners, but when I do, they come from TrustSwap. You know this guy, right? The most interesting man in the world. I thought that was funny. Here. I did a couple more. Let me just So if you see these on the Twitterverse, I this is me. I don't go to the moon often, but when I do, TrustSwap takes me there. Yo, that's cool. Right here, look at that. I even did his cufflinks are TrustSwap cufflinks too, right? Anyway, last one. Here's the last one. Here we go. TrustSwap launches crypto projects to the moon. So this is the Chainlink kind of, Chain Gang. So this is the Chain Games icon, and this is the SLINK icon, right? And this is the TrustSwap coming out of the rocket. Anyway, you get it. You get it, I'm sure. Anyway, this is so this was fun for me, and I really enjoy. I'm really excited about TrustSwap. And guys, don't be nervous about what's going on right now in crypto. It's just it's a lull. It's just a lull. Volume's low. People are coming, people are on vacation. They'll come back after the Labor Day. Now, one of the other launches coming up for TrustSwap is Chain Games. So let's look at Chain Games. I think people have seen this. I put this video out, I think, on the website, on the Facebook group. But Chain Games, it's a TrustSwap launch coming up. It's going to allow wagering, player to player, right? You and I, we can make a friendly bet. This is going to take gaming to a whole new level. You understand that gaming right now, there's as many people who watch gaming as watch TV sports, right? Folks who have no interest in professional gaming or anything like that are going to be able to earn a living, kind of as amateur pro gamers, right? They're going to be able to earn a living gaming. Chain Games is going to enable that. Now, I believe the white paper might have been released, but I just want to go through the website really quick. So one, there's going to be proprietary games. The first one was released. It's that super crypto cart that I posted on the Facebook group. But there's also going to be an open adapt store, and any developer can integrate the Chain Games wagering system in their game. Any developer. Android, iPhone, whatever. It's with a few lines of code. So a few lines of code, you can integrate this whole wagering system. Imagine that. Imagine being a somebody who can develop games on Android. First of all, maybe you're getting 99 cents for your game if it's really cool. Then on top of that, you're going to get a rake of all the wagering that goes on in your game. A 3% rake. I mean, this could be huge for developers. Let's face it. Developers, they're going to rule the world. That's the place to be, right? Everything's software. I'm a network guy. All my gear's gone. It's all software. It's being replaced by bare metal and software. So this is fantastic for developers. A 3% of the rake. Independent developers, they're gonna love this. And then, in addition, they're going to make it easy, develop an SDK, I believe. They're going to make it easy for game studios to integrate the whole ecosystem, right, and put them on the chain. So this is going to change everything. And I like this because I wonder, this is funny that they have Bitcoin and Monero and Litecoin and Binance Coin. They're all racing. I wonder if you can wager different coins, or they probably have to all be the same. But so this looks fun, right? I wonder if there's brackets if you win a little bit, like first, second, third, or how they do that. But this is gonna be a game changer for games. In addition to being able to wager on games, the staking rewards every entry fee paid in chain. So you have to pay the entry fee if you're going to wager on a game, of course. Every entry fee paid in chain token rewards stakers on the network with 15% of the transaction fee distributed automatically to their staking wallet. Staking rewards can amount to huge returns for stakers. Yeah, imagine that, right? 1,000 players playing per hour at an average of $750 per game would be $3 million annually in rewards for the staking pool. I don't know how much you have to stake or anything. We'll have to read the white paper on that. It's also deflationary. 1% of the transaction fees are burned. So being deflationary is always good. People like to hear that. 500 million chain tokens will be minted in the start, but only 275 million are going to circulate. That's bigger than some of the other things we've covered, but this is gaming, right? Everybody loves the game. You can get on here and look through the distribution of tokens, the roadmap. So 2020 is the initial liquidity offering and the launch. That's us. This is where we're at, right? If you've got TrustSwap, the launch is happening through TrustSwap. It's not being launched independently. This is why you need to get TrustSwap tokens. You'll be on top of all these killer launches. I don't think anything can go through TrustSwap and suck. Now, it might go through TrustSwap and not do well. It might fail because it wasn't the greatest idea in the world. I mean, but it's not going to be a scam. It's not going to be, nobody's going to dump tokens, right? It's going to have some credibility by going through here. The first-person shooter launch, Q4 in 2020. These are going to be awesome. Everybody loves first-person shooter games, right? Everybody's got their bravado, right? They get their, their clan. You're going to be able to wager with first-person shooter games. This is fantastic. The mainnet launches in 2021. And then there's a marketplace for the games, and then sports, fantasy sports wagering, esports tournaments and wagering. Get out of here. This is going to be insane. This is exciting. I'm excited, right? I think you should be excited too. I don't know that. I'm not an expert, but how could you not be excited? I'm not even a gamer, really, and I'm excited about this. The launch is staggered. So I like stuff like this, right? They're not just putting everything out all at once, right? They're not developing it all and putting it out. They stagger it, so you don't have to worry too much about the buy the rumor, sell the news. Buy the rumor, sell the news. People sell the news because in general, there's nothing to look forward to next, right? There might be these little things, but the big news was the mainnet launch, right? So mainnet launched, so what's next? We have to kind of see. That's not the case with these kind of launches, right? Because there's always something else. This was really smart. They did their initial liquidity offering and their launch with the crypto carts game, with the first-person shooter launch next. Everybody loves first-person shooter. That was very smart. This is a smart company. These are smart folks. I would imagine by Q1 2021, after first-person shooter stuff's been launched, you don't have to worry about buy the rumor, sell the news. I mean, that's just going to be huge. One way that Chain Games is different from other Chain Games is non-custodial and decentralized. So it's not a central server like these gambling sites. All the bets are done via smart contracts, right? So it's all kind of automated. They're not games of chance. These are games of skill. This is video game skill. Most platforms out there today that allow wagering are games of chance, poker and stuff like that. Those are chance games. So that takes us to the legal question. Is it legal, right? Gambling's illegal in a lot of states and a lot of places. But again, Chain Games specifically targets wagering on games of skill, which is legal in most jurisdictions worldwide. So it's legal in most places worldwide. So the Chain Gang crew, the people behind this, include Jeff Kerdakis, who's also on TrustSwap, and Adam Barlam, both on TrustSwap. So I'm real excited about Chain Games. I would encourage you to look into this, and I think this is going to be a winner. With the roadmap, we're in pretty early. So if you can, if you got a few extra token, either try to get into Chain Games or get some TrustSwap and just get airdrop the token. Get airdrop tokens from this one and the next one and the next one and the next one, right? That's why I'm in. I want to know about the next game. I want to know about the next crypto project coming out. For one, I want to get the airdrops. I want to do the subscriptions, and I just think it's going to be a game changer. All right, so what's next? I want to talk about Pi real quick. So if you're mining Pi with us, a lot of people are getting invited to do KYC. KYC is Know Your Customer. It's generally required for non-decentralized apps, right? They need to gather customer information to be compliant with certain legalities in various jurisdictions. So I got my invite. I just wanted to talk about it real quick to let you know that if you see this or get it for Pi, you should respond, and you should do that, because if you don't, you'll lose your chance. They probably won't come back around to you again for some time. Unitrade, a lot of people have trouble with Uniswap. The advantage to Uniswap is anyone out there. So my friend JC in California, you can't buy Chainlink because California doesn't like it for some reason. Go to Unitrade. You can. It's decentralized, which means no KYC, no ID. They don't care where you're from. It's a decentralized exchange that exists. It exists across computers all over the world. You can't shut it down, It's one of those kind of things. It's decentralized. So you can get whatever you want out of there as long as it's an ERC20 token. But it isn't easy, right? The Uniswap, well, let's just go look at Uniswap real quick. The Uniswap interface is not the easiest thing, and getting it all hooked up to your MetaMask or your wallet and whatnot. So that's it, right? That's what you get. It's not a very intuitive thing. It's not the way most people are used to buying stocks or equity instruments, and tokens aren't stocks or equity, but they're traded like they are. So here's what I like about Unitrade. First of all, it sits on top of Uniswap, right? It's much more like a trading platform in that you can place sell or buy orders at target prices, right? Like stops, like buy stops, sell stops. So if you want to set a buy price for something at 50 cents, you can set it in there, walk away. It'll execute your trade when it hits 50 cents. You can schedule buy and sell. So you can schedule recurring buy orders or sell orders over a duration of time with specific parameters such as the price range. So right now on Uniswap, you've got to just say, here's a liquidity percentage, a 10%, 5%, 1%, whatever. Here you can get a little more granular, it looks like. There'll be real charts and analytics, just like a trading platform, and the live order book, which to me is important, right? There's also liquidity management. I don't do a whole lot with liquidity pools on Uniswap. I have, and if you don't know, liquidity pools are where you can kind of bond your crypto into liquidity pools that Uniswap then pays you interest on. But the chart and analytics, I'm excited about that, and the live order book, which is great because the live order book allows you to see where people are at the bid and the ask. So if you're trying to sell a crypto, usually if you're going to most sites, you're buying it straight from crypto.com and you're just buying it straight off the site, you're getting the ask price, right? When you can look at the order book, you know what the bid price is, and the bid is what people are willing to buy that at. So if you're trying to buy stock, or if you're trying to buy crypto, you want to be on the bid, so somebody sells their crypto into your bid. Most of the time when you're buying crypto, you're not doing that. You're taking it off the ask, so you're paying a little bit more, and you don't know what the spreads are. I mean, the spread could be $1, $2, $5. You don't know. I don't think they're usually that much in crypto, but this is why you'd want to see the live order book. So this is all fantastic stuff here. They charge a little bit additional fees on top of what you might get from Uniswap, but those fees go to stakers, right? And so if you're a staker of the Uniswap token, you also get discounted fees. If you're not a staker, you pay those fees, and those fees are distributed to the stakers. So you can look into this and kind of look at their tokenomics and some of the token information. So taking a look at the roadmap here, August 22nd, they're just starting the develop the front end. So we're in very, very early here. The risk reward, right? The coin is cheaper because there's a lot more risk. The product's not even developed yet. But the reward, it can be incredible, right? If this is a good product already, you kind of, in my mind, if the UI is right, it's already a good product, the way it's going to sit on top of Unitrade or Uniswap and what it's going to do for Uniswap. So it's already a good product in my mind as long as the UI is right. So you can get on here and look at the roadmap, and again, check out Unitrade. See if you think it's something you want to add to your watch list or put in your portfolio. Personally, I put a little bit in. I think I put one Ethereum's worth in. I can't wait I use Uniswap. I use Uniswap a lot, more than anything else. And so I'm excited about having a trading, something more similar to a trading platform that sits on top, that we can get more information out of. Big Gear. This is another one that BitBoy mentioned, and I've looked into this, and I'm real excited about this too. This is very, very early. Let's look at the roadmap first on this one. So looking at the roadmap, this was an idea in 2017, 2018, and right now we're waiting for Q4 2020 where invitational testing of this product begins. So we're early. The product hasn't been released yet, but let's talk about what is the product. This is huge, okay? This is huge. If you ever wanted to yield farm, I have. I don't get it. I don't have the time to figure all that out. Trade arbitrage. If you ever wanted to arbitrage this trade, I can't afford arbitrage. I'm not quick enough, and I don't have the tools. Big Gear's going to bring that to us. All right? Their vision is arbitrage, passive trading for for those who don't know, arbitrage is there's a whole bunch of exchanges out there selling crypto. You might find crypto on one exchange for, let's just say, a tomato coin is $1 on one exchange and it's $1.10 on another. Well, you could arbitrage that. You could buy it for $1 on one exchange, sell it on the other exchange for $1.10. There's a bunch of fees involved, right, in all that buying and selling. You got to be really quick because price moves. But that's what arbitrage is, and that's what BitGear is going to bring to the masses. Arbitrage is something normally reserved for big trading firms. You see, BitGear is going to bring that to you and me. Arbitrage, passive income, staking income, burning. Locked gears burn daily. Burning reduces tokens and makes it scarce. DeFi aggregator. So yield DeFi aggregator. So I think this is yield farming. It's going to find the best rates. One-click exchange. So this looks across a bunch of exchanges, across all exchanges, and finds the best price. So on most exchanges, if you're trying to trade, you just got to deal with the best bid or ask in that exchange. With BitGear, it's going to look across all exchanges and find you the best bid and best ask for your buys and sells. Because it's cross-chain, right? Interoperability between both Polkadot and Ethereum dexes. So this is going to be pretty huge. You'll be able to do one-click trading across 20 different exchanges, right? Start arbitrage trading with almost no effort, right? A few clicks. We also only use methods that have a high chance of success, thus reducing both the chance of risk or failure. If the engine does, however, fail on a single arbitration or trading algorithm, BitGear.io will bankroll the loss or arbitrage out of our own volume to make good on the trade. Did you hear what I just said? If the engine does, however, fail on a single arbitration or trading algorithm, BitGear.io will bankroll the loss or arbitrage out of our own volume to make good on the trade, thus turning a failed attempt into a successful one using one of our many options to market, make, or internal arbitrage. Okay, so this is why this is huge. Who isn't going to want to participate in that? So this is going to be pretty big. This is very exciting. It's new. They have automated trading as well, right? You really have to read through this. But I think this is going to be huge. And right now we're very early on this one too. I bought one, maybe 2 Ethereum's worth of Unitrade. I bought 3 Ethereum's worth of BitGear, and I'm all in on TrustSwap, right? I have in fact, I had 10,000 for the first airdrop. I believe I've upped that now by about 3,000 more tokens. I think it's going to move like Chainlink, right? Once we get over these end of summer doldrums in the market and the market picks up again a little bit, I think it's going to blast off. I don't go all in on anything like that because I keep diversified. That's the smart thing to do. But I am overweighted in that category.